Hello and welcome to another edition of Fey Fitness. Fey here, and today we are going to be talking about common gear and tools that both men and women can use to help keep themselves safe in a self-defense situation. So if this sounds like something you'd like to learn more about, stay tuned and I'll show you how. Much for tuning in today, guys. As you saw in the introduction, today we will be covering some very common and also very cheap tools that you can use in a self-defense situation to help keep yourself safe. As I've said many times throughout this series, especially for the women's self-defense series, my main goal is to keep you as safe as possible. And ideally, I would love a situation to be diffused before it actually came to any kind of violence. But unfortunately, sometimes that's not a realistic expectation. So with that in mind, I want to give you some tools and tips and tricks to help keep you as safe as possible if the unfortunate happens and you find yourself in this situation. So let's go ahead and get started. The first and easiest tool to use that'll help keep yourself safe are your car keys. So as some of you may have remembered from my women's self-defense series, even men can do this as well. If you're walking to your car, say late at night, and it's maybe a poorly lit alley, or you're just alone, or even there's someone creepy behind you that's just kind of giving you the heebie-jeebies, take your car keys and put them in between your fingers. So kind of like a brass knuckle, like DIY, or like in one of my previous viewers had mentioned, they're like Wolverine hands. So what you want to do is, by keeping the keys across in between your fingers like this, if someone were to come up and attack you, you could actually punch them, and the keys impacting, say, their face, their eyes, their throat, or any really exposed flesh is really going to hurt and be uncomfortable. So this is a free option that you can use right now. Just get in the habit of putting your keys between your fingers as you're walking to your car if you're alone or late at night, and this will help keep you safe if someone were dumb enough to try to attack you. So the step up from this is actually something called a cat keychain. And if you do not like cats, say you like dogs instead, they actually make little dog faces instead of the cats that you can utilize. So basically, the tool works like this. You've got two little eye holes that are perfect for your fingers to fit through, much like what we did with the keys. So, but instead of having the keys protruding in between our fingers, you actually have these little ears, and they're kind of cute, but they're also quite sharp. So do be careful with this. If you're like putting, like I know some of my guy friends will put their keys in their pocket. If you have this on your key ring and it's in your pocket and you maybe sit down, I could definitely see this poking you and it being really uncomfortable. However, this is perfect for self-defense because if you don't want to use your keys, you can put one of these little guys on your hand as you're walking to your car, and if someone tries to attack you or harm you in any capacity, you can punch them with this and it's going to do quite a bit of damage. This is really hard plastic. Like, I've tried to break it and I left it in my purse and thrown it all around and stepped on it, and like this is pretty heavy duty stuff here. And it's actually really inexpensive. I think on the website that I bought this from, it was either $3.99 or $4.99. And they come in a wide array of colors for both the cats and the dogs. So if you don't like purple, you could get black, orange, blue, yellow, you name it, they've got it. And so this is just a great way to keep yourself safe. It's small, so it can fit in, say, maybe a back pocket would be a more appropriate location for you to keep it handy, or even just pop it on your key ring. That way everything's together. You always have it with you in case you need it. And like I said, just pop it on your hand as you're walking to your car or just alone at night. This would be good, say, if you go for like night jogs or something. Just keep this handy, and if someone comes at you, just punch them. Eyes, the face would be my first choice. The throat is another good one. Collarbones, heck, even the arms would be a really good option. The next option, and I know this is mainly what people think of when they think of like women's self-defense, but pepper spray is awesome. Every gender can take advantage of it. So this is the kind I have. Alas, I've never actually been able to test this because this is law enforcement grade pepper spray, and so it shoots 12 feet and it has a special dye. They call it UV identifying dye in the product that supposedly will stain the attacker's skin for up to 3 days. So all you have to do is just point and shoot, and this will take care of the rest. If you've ever Googled pepper spray or seen it on the internet, you know that this is nasty stuff. It really hurts and will definitely keep someone away from you if you spray them with this. Again, it's a small container, so you can conceivably put it in a pant pocket. I know that men have larger pant pockets for the most part than us women, lucky ducks. So you could pop this in there and just have it handy in case you needed it. And again, the case comes in a lot of different colors as well. You don't have to get purple like I did. This was just a part of a set, and I thought it was awesome that they all matched, so I went ahead and purchased it. And again, I think this was only like $6 or something. I got a set of 3, and after shipping and tax, it was only like $18 for all 3. So this is really reasonable. And like I said, it is law enforcement and correctional facility grade. So didn't know just anybody could buy this, but apparently you can. So that's another option to help keep yourself safe. The final option will always stay in this container. This is a panic alarm. And if you saw my self-defense gear tutorial, you will know this thing is insanely loud. It is ridiculous. There's a 2-part component. There is a light with a little LED. I'm not even going to touch it because I know that it's that loud. And on the sides is a button that sounds like the most horrendous, awful car alarm you've ever heard. So the thought here is that you're walking alone down the street, maybe in a dark alley, I don't know, somewhere, and someone attacks you at night. You blind them with the LED, so you push this button and aim at their eyes, and they're momentarily blinded by the light, and then you push the panic button, and this thing will make the most unbelievably loud, obnoxious noise ever, and draw a whole bunch of attention to you and what's happening. Because as you may know from any self-defense class or my previous videos, that attackers want someone who is quiet and looks like they're going to be a good victim. So if you're drawing a lot of attention to yourself, they're going to realize, oh, this isn't worth it, and leave you alone. So again, this is just a panic alarm. They say it can go on your keyring. This button is so sensitive, I would not recommend that, because you do not want this accidentally going off in your purse, in your pocket, in your car, anywhere near you. It's just so loud. If you want, I can provide a link down below to the video where I test this out so you can hear it for yourself. Do note that because it's so obnoxious, I did reduce the volume in that video so that it didn't hurt anyone's ears. But again, this is another really good option. Say you're not really ready for full-blown pepper spray yet and you want to try this instead, that's great as well. So that is all I have for you guys today. There are a host of other self-defense tools out there. I encourage you to do your research and find one that might work better for you. Maybe none of these really spoke to you that we talked about today. I know that they do make like a Kempo rod, I think is what they're called, where it's like a stick and it's meant for jabbing at pressure points. But I really wanted to stick to things that were simple and user-friendly, especially for this first video, as opposed to getting into like pressure point sticks and, you know, batons and things of that nature that are just a little bit more complicated and require a little bit more skill than something of this nature. So as always, if you have questions, please leave those in the comments down below and I will answer them as soon as possible. And until next week, guys, I will see you later.